This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so today, the first hour, I'm going to talk about variables. And second hour, I'm going to talk about, uh, few topics, which is rules. Maybe here I'm going to add few more topics for the first hour, and that is what is template. That is something which I want to teach you, and then I want to teach you what is handler also. So handler is done, variables is done, template is done in first hour, and second hours I want you to focus on the rules. Okay, so let's get started. So the question is, what is variable? So I think this is something which we all understand. Variable is something like a placeholder for some variable values, correct? Correct. Now, variables we define in the playbook and we define in the inventory. So first we will discuss the playbook variable, then inventory variable. So that way it will be aligned with the ideas. So now, what are the ways we can declare the variables? That's the first thing, how to declare a variable. Second thing, how to use a variable. All these things I'm going to show you the demo with. So playbook, we have many ways which we declare a variable, and all this I have documented for you, so you don't have to go for anywhere, and that is called Ansible variables. So where is this complete reference? Ansible variables used tower, we are discussing at the end. And Ansible variables. And maybe it's a different URL. I'll just check, because sometimes when I get confused where I'm writing a tutorial. And variables, yes, here it is. So I have documented here that all the variables which is in playbook, but in fact I want to share with you this URL. I love it. This code, I'm loving it. In one code you get everything. Okay, so now the question is, what are the places and how we can declare the variable. So first thing, which we declare a variable in the playbook. Now what is a playbook, you understand, correct?
Right.
We embed in playbook. I would say this is the right English. Embed in playbook. So variables which is like a key and value, which we embed in the playbook. Then you know what? In the playbook, having a task is easy. But if you keep the large list of variables in a playbook, it will become not manageable. Okay. Before that, I would like to tell you here, whatever you wanted to learn Ansible, you have already learned actually. If you could write a playbook, that is the objective for any automation. So then you'll say, Rajesh, what you are teaching on, what we'll be teaching in the next session. So from now, whatever the topics I'm talking about, is all about the management actually. Management tactics, management method to manage the resources in a playbook. So here you can embed the playbook in variable. You can embed the variable in embed in playbook also, but it's not a good idea. So what you do, you can store the variable and call a var files in playbook. That means store the variable in different file and call that variables in playbook. So that way there'll be two files, one for the playbook, one for the variable, and those variable you are calling in a playbook. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say?
What is the advantage?
Advantage management. That's all. That's what I make a statement. From now onwards, everything I'll talk about is management. Advantage like you are having one file, dedicated file only for the variables, but you want to use in the playbook. So you are calling that var file in playbook. That's all. Getting my points? You can embed in the playbook. There's no problem, but you can call a variable file in playbook also. Okay. Now then you will ask me, Rajesh, can I make it user interactive? Yes. You can call the variable user interactive also. That is also possible. That means variable values you can set through the user interactive. Okay. Fourth is you can embed variables in at a task level also. Task level. Are you understanding what is a task level? Playbook level and task level.
Right.
Task level, yeah. So something like
Part of the playbook, you can say.
Part of the tasks. Here, this is the tasks, correct now?
Right.
And this is a playbook, correct? Playbook. So here I can embed the variable for entire playbook or at a task level also. That is also possible. So these are the variables. One more variables which I am missing, and that is you can variables through a command line also. Okay, one more I'm missing in a playbook side. So here I talked about embed the playbook, embed the file, variables, user interactive. Sixth one is you can output of task can set as a variable value, actually can set as the values for variables. I don't know whether you understood or not. Output of one task, for example, you run this task. So whatever the output you got it to running this command, that will be set as some variable values. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
No, can you explain in Raj, please?
Okay, so let me come back to this part, but at least 5 things you understood, right?
Right.
All of you? Yeah. So let's get started. So here, all this type of Ansible variable at the playbook level, here I have written. So first thing is this one, embed in the playbook. So what I'm going to do, simple, I'll just copy code, it'll be easy for me. And that is so let's only talk about the first situation. One by one we'll talk about rest of the things. So are you comfortable with this same thing, same code I'm taking up? Look at this, yum module, copy module, and here service module, correct now? Now earlier, if you remember, we were doing hard coding. Name is equal to HTTPD and service is equal to HTTPD, correct? Now what I did here, I am declaring the variables in playbook. So if you want to declare the variables, vars colon 2 space 1 2 key value. So here name of the key means this is my name values, age values, package name values, service name value. So this is how we declare the variable. This is the first one, embed in the playbook. That is how we embed in the playbook. Now these are variables I can use anywhere in my tasks or playbook. Now the next question you'll ask me, how can we use it? So look at this, no complexity. Look at this. Understood?
Yes.
Now I am using one more module which is just for the use for debugging purpose to know the variable. It's like echo, okay, or print like that. In Ansible we have debug. You might have studied different languages, sometime echo. In C++ you have C out, right? In Java we have print lane. In Python we have a print. In Linux we have echo. Are you remember what I am talking about? Printing the values for the console.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in Ansible we have a debug. That's all, simple. So here we have a debug module and then variable my name. So here variable my name is Rajesh Kumar. So are you comfortable with this code, all of you? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run it. Copy this code. And this is my, what is this file? Okay, maybe previous demo. Or let me create a directory because I think it's some other file, some other files also. So Danish, I'll make your name here. So tomorrow I can identify also next class. Danish. Okay, so here I'm creating a file vi what is this var1.yaml and paste it. Done. Now vi inventory and two IP address I'm having today. That is this one. Okay. So one 92.168.1.116. Cool. So now this is the inventory. That's all. So yeah. So can we test it? I forgot the command. Do you remember, guys? Quickly.
Ansible.
Ansible
Play.
and then playbook and then
the var
hyphen
one.
I inventory var1.yaml hyphen u root hyphen k password Rajesh 123 and why it got skipped? Troubleshoot. Why it got skipped? Any guesses quickly?
No.
So here what is a mistake actually? If you see my playbook, this is web, whereas there's no group called web in inventory. See here, we
Right.
talked about the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So web and done. Here and then run. Rajesh 123 and done. Now there is a problem. Rajesh 123. Okay, password was wrong last time. Okay.
Okay.
Done. Now there is a problem during the copy. I don't know what I'm copying. I did not read this in detail. Let me see. Okay, index file is missing. Cool. So touch index.html and rerun this code. Rajesh 123 and specifically I want to show you this one and got it. So my name is Rajesh Kumar. debug, this one, because this anyways it will be transpolated and used it. I know. So did you understand that how to embed the variables in the playbook and how to use it, how to run it, and all stuff like that?
Yes.
But guys, there is a problem. There is a problem. I don't like to in reality, you know, in the production server, you may have hundreds of variables, and keeping in the playbook is like one of the worst practice. So you can do it. There's no harm in it. But management is best practices. Management skills is all about Ansible. So I am going to keep it in the some other file, and for that I'm creating a file vars vi vars ext.yaml external. This file is only dedicated for variable. Now I'm repeating multiple times. Little bit of YAML you need to know. Okay, I have a videos on my YouTube channel. Check it out also. Probably it will help you. So this is the one. So how do I embed? So by the way, I forgot to change actually my name is Rajesh Kumar in what? Ext file. Rajesh in ext file. This is, I want to show you the difference. Okay, save it. Now the question is, this is a file for variable, this is a file for playbook. How do I call this guide from here? So for that, you need to have one different ways to remember, and that is this one. Okay, this is the file. It can be relative path also, by the way. And here, that's all. So same program, I'm adding a different files. Here you have a different ways to put it a variable. Here you have different ways, but there is a one problem actually. So if I am having variable set in this location and this location, then which will be picked up? My name is here also and there also. Which one will be picked up? That is where you need to know precedence. Have you worked with the precedence of variables, scope and precedence?
No.
For example, same variable, if you set two places, which values will be taken? For example, I tell you something and maybe your parents will tell you something. Whom you give a value? Of course, parents. So there is a precedence actually, right? Which has to be prioritized. Correct? So in Ansible, this is very important, very important. But I'm not going to tell you. Why I'm not going to tell you? Because I want you to tell me in the next class, which is having a precedence. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to declare the variable everywhere, run it and see which is having a precedent. Just like I change it here, my name is Rajesh Kumar, and but in this other file which I'm calling same variable and my name is different. So whichever is getting called, which is having highest precedence, makes sense?
Right.
So you need to find out, because if I tell you, you'll not remember. If you do it, then you will remember. There is a table available. Don't do the cheating on official website. Just find out yourself. Okay, so anyways, I'm modifying this code now in one more time. I'm adding this here, external files, and here var one.yaml. Save it, rerun. And Rajesh 123. Now just see the debug one, that is important. So what is the output? So if I specify the variable in a playbook and external file, which has a highest precedence?
File. External file.
Right? Correct. Okay. So this is the second way to call a variable file in playbook. Now I said you can also embed a variable at the task level also. How can I do that? So let me show you. So include a task, include vars, here it is. So here what I'm going to do, this is the name before that one only, because it's a sequence run. So here I'm creating a task, sorry, task bar. This file I'm creating, and in this I am going to keep these variables only, but variables I'll change it. So Rajesh Kumar, Rajesh in tasks var. Okay, task bar, and save it. Now I am, see, debug is I'm calling little later. Before that I'm including at the task level. So this is that include vars is a task, and you are adding this file. So now let's check it out. So vi vars var, in one file only I'm modifying it in all flow. Save it, run it. Rajesh 123. And see here. Are you getting my points?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the third way. Now fourth way is user interactive. And for that, what you have to do, you have to use prompts var. How do you use it? Let me show you. This little bit you need a focus to on this. So here vars prompt means it will prompt you before running that your playbook. It will run, it will prompt you. But what prompt? So they will prompt you with a message, this one. So you can customize whatever you want to keep it, you can keep it. Now what is a variable then? The variable is version. So whatever you enter here, the value, that will be the values for the version. Now what is this? So if you say private, if you don't say private no, that means what you are typing you can't see it. So for that to seeing it, I set the private no. Did you understand that, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now this is the variable, and I'm going to set one debug more, and the what is this? Version. So here version, print version. So this is the variable, variable name. I'm debugging, I'm echoing version. I will input here and will see here. Understood, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to run this code. Vi var1.yaml and save it and run it. Rajesh 123. See here, I'm printing 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, enter. Look at this part. Understood, all of you? How do we make the variables interactive, values interactive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the one more way. Now let me show you another way. So we completed this, we completed this, we completed this, and we completed this. Let's try command line. So command line means how? Let's say I don't know how to pass variable over the command line. Do you know approach? How do I know? How should I find out? Approach?
No.
Just guess. I think you know that. You're just you have to use some of the things. Simple. How do I pass variable on the command line? How do I know? First session and second session I have talked about it.
From the command itself, while giving the command itself.
Yes, just try it. Try to find out. Sorry, bad command. Here you know. So now this is the explanation. I don't need it. Connection, I don't need it. And here I think I should be having it. So do we have any places? Any idea?
No.
Just check it out.
Extra.
Got it? Option is -e. How do you pass it? You should pass it in a key and value format, or you can pass it the normalization also with the @ of. It's very simple, right? Understood?
Okay.
So this is something I'm going to show you. So for that, what I'm going to do, one more variable, print command vars. Now what is the variable? I'm setting up the variable, let's say country. Okay, now this country, I'm setting up variable through the command line. So let me set it. This is the code. Everything is as it is. Vi var1 dot YAML. Paste it. Country, right? Yeah. And rerun. And what is this? -e and -e, and it should be -var, right? Let me just see the pattern. Command line, where it is. Here it is. So command line -e, and then this one and this one. Yeah, got it. So for that, -e country is equal to India. Enter. Rajesh 1 2 3, and here it will keep prompting you until you be there. And you see here, you got it. So these are the few types of ways in which you can declare the variables at a playbook level. Now last one, which is very important actually. So last one is output of task can set as a value for variable. How it is? Let's understand this. I'll give you one example for it. So this is a one module I'm using for this demo here. First, do let me know if you understand this command or not. Do you understand this module?
Shell command trying to find any file dot text.
Correct. And in the directory. So it's a shell module. It's a command, not command, it's a module. So I'll create some file, touch file1.txt, touch file2.txt. I created two files here, file1, file2. Now what is the directory? So root Danish. So here I'll just modify. Okay, so now I'll just modify and run this command. Okay, wait a second, I did not complete the code actually. So here find, it will run and in this directory, but output of this command I want to store it in some value. That was a requirement. So how do I store it? So for that you have to use the register, and for that you have to register here. Don't use tab 1 2 3 4. So now I'll explain it to you. Shell is a module. Using that you can run Linux command, and arguments for that means Linux command should run in this directory, and whatever the output of this command, it should set as a value for this variable. So find output is a variable which you can set as a register. This is the module. Now did you understand that? I think you had a confusion here only.
So Register find output is the variable.
No, find out output is a variable. This using registered we use, so output of this we can set as a variable. This is the fixed keyword. You can use any module output and store in a variable using registry. So your variable is find output, value is output of this. Are you understanding?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now this is the output, but I have to display the output also, right? So let's copy paste for time being this one. Debug module variable find output. This is for display purpose. So let me copy and paste it. Vi vars var1.yaml and Rajesh123. We'll focus only on that part because the rest of the things you have seen it already. And see here, there is one failure. You have to tell me why it got failed, but it's okay. So print, where is that? Here. So here, one failure has happened. Here one worked, and debug here. This is the output. Look at it very carefully. This is output. So output for this was, see, all this command and all it run std out. Here it is. I had a file1 and file2.txt in my directory I created. Got it? Now you tell me why this failure has happened. One failure here.
No directory.
Any guesses?
No directory.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
No directory.
No directory. Remember that's in that machine. In the other machine, I did not create this file, and the directory was also not exist. So that was a problem. Okay. So now you will say, Rajesh, okay, I got the entire output. I don't want output. I just want to see this one or this one. So how can I see that? That is where you have to play with a little bit of dot concept, which we use in the Python also. And probably I'll just copy and paste it and you'll understand this. See here. Look at this. So this is the variable dot std outlines, which is this is, remember that. By the way, what is this actually output? Whether it is a list or is it a dictionary? Can you tell me what is that?
It's
Dictionary, correct. Tell me what is this?
just one
It's a list.
value.
It's a list. What is this? List but no element actually. Here, what is this? This is a yeah. Tell me. Integer number. And what is this? This is
Text.
it's a boolean.
Okay, true and false. Yeah.
Yeah. And what is this? Is a string. Correct na? Quoted. Correct na?
Quoted. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a little bit of fundamental. You go through the Python. You can find my videos. Also, I'll just remind me. I'll share with the link actually. Okay. So this is a very well-defined structure. So I wanted to read this one. So what I'm doing right now, nothing great. Find out dot std outlines, which is here I want to display. So whatever the output, you can see that here. So, and here if you want to see only this one, so here element ID, this is the index number starting with a 0. So you will see this one here. So this is the way you can work with it. So now let me copy and paste it. Vi var1 dot okay, and run this code. Rajesh 123. And only you see that here you got both, here you got. Understood, all of you?
Mhm.
Yeah. So these are the ways. All these documents you have examples. You have. I gave you the example. I mean demo also recordings I'll share with you. So these are the ways which we can embed the variables in the playbook. Are you comfortable, all of you?
Mhm.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about
Yes.
inventory. So guys, important thing. After that, I stop the repeating the variable. But the task you have to tell me because tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday. So before Monday, you have to tell me which is having the highest precedence. All this out of 5, 6, whatever I taught you. And inventory also I'm going to teach you. So for that, you have to tell me in hierarchy list because remember that this is the most important one. You have to experience which is having the highest precedence because sometimes you're running the code and you're running the playbook and you're not getting the desired output. So because this knowledge will help you to find out where to hit exactly. Otherwise you will keep doing it, every variable you'll keep modifying it and without any logic, and then you'll destroy the real code actually. So you have to have this precedence and scope. Experience yourself. There is a table available, but don't refer this table as long as you are trying and then finding out yourself. Now the question is, how do we introduce the variable in the inventory? So simple, you can embed in inventory also. You can embed in the inventory. But you know, guys, before embedding in the inventory, I would like to talk about behavioral parameter. Behavior, spelling mistake, I'll do that, I guess. Behavior, let me Google it actually. Maybe same. Yeah, no, it's a different. So behavioral parameter. So what is a behavioral parameter? I'll talk about it. But you can also embed variables in the inventory. By the way, you can pass the variables through group bars also, and you can pass the variable through the host bars also. Now these are the ways using you can pass the variables in the inventory. Make sense, guys? Now
Mhm.
the question is, what is a behavioral parameter? So behavioral parameter basically is like that. I need to tell you is like that. So this is a one machine, 15 and 16, 17, 18. I think 4 is sufficient for demo. So these are the machines. So let me ask you one question, and this I have covered actually first session if I remember correctly, or second session. What are the method? Which are the connection method which you know in Ansible, which we have connection method
SSH.
and tell me, correct na?
WinRM.
Correct na?
For Windows, yes.
Yeah. So see in inventory, remember that all the time I'm passing, think simple way. All the time I'm passing the username and password for every time. That means in inventory, if I have a 20 machines, all the 20 machines should be having root and this password. This is not reality, right? This is not a real case. You have a 20 machine inventory, maybe connection methods are different for each machine. Maybe some of these are Windows, some of these are Linux. Now, next question. Which are the authentication method I discussed about it? Authentication method.
Key and ID password.
Okay, so see, I'll put it in authentication method, username plus password. Other method which I talked about, username with password plus sudo. Sorry, I'll put it in simple way. Username and password, okay, and with plus sudo with password. Username with a username and password plus sudo without password. Right now, without password, I'm trying. Correct now? Because I'm root. Sometime I told you username and password, sudo with another user and password. And one more situation I talked about it, you may come across, username and password, sudo with sudo username key and sudo without password again and with password again, same situation. So are you understanding all these things? Combination of SSH. So many combinations are there. So how do you specify different machines? You may have a different behavior. Yeah, it's good like if you have all the machines that is doing the same behavior, but what about if it is different? Then what are you going to do? And that is where, guys, these situations you can handle in the inventory using the behavioral parameter. So let me show you here directly official documents, Ansible. Behavioral parameters. So where is that? No, it's not right document. Yeah. So here, list of behavioral inventory parameters for inventory. Remember, I'm talking about inventory now. So which are the options? It's very easy, guys. It's not something great. So see here, if you have different authentication method, a connection method, so you use Ansible connection is equal to SSH. Simple. Okay. Or Ansible connection is equal to WinRM. So that means this machine will be connected using SSH, and this machine will be connected through what do you say, WinRM. Default is SSH. Now, if you want to change this is a least use actually. SSH port is 2020 all the time, but sometime due to security, if you change it, you can use this behavioral parameter. But Ansible user, I think I should use it. So for Ansible user, I want to pass it root. But sometime if you want to pass it Ansible user with a normal user and then -b, so you have to say only for this machine root no user, and if you want to become a here, if you want to make it here is equal to yes, like that. Are you getting my points? For this machine you have to use this user and become yes. For this machine you have to use the different user, and you have to become sudo, and you have to pass the password. So here just a second. Rajesh 123 was my password. So username, password, normal user, and then become sudo yes. Now you want to become a sudo with a different user, so connect with this user with this password, become this user, and after that become another user also. Ansible become user is equal to Ramo. That means using this user, you have a sudo, and for that this password also Ansible become password. So every options you can specify. Are you understanding all this thing? So that means in inventory, at every server, every entry, you can customize it. It's not like you'd have to everything same.
Okay, from this behavioral thing, you are giving passwords in clear text. In case that is not a good practice, right? So is there any way we can embed or call passwords from?
Vault is there slowly. Yeah, we'll get into that vault section, vault topic that is there. Secure, you can secure the password using the vault. At a small level, if you want to secure a password better way, Tower is there, which I'm going to teach you. Tower is a GUI tool actually.
Okay.
Got it? So yes, basically Ansible allows you to customize everything. By the way, it's not only this option. You can change the shell type, Python version, all this thing you can change it. Lots of things. See, this is example. So here for this host, they change the port number and user number. For this particular host, they have a keys. For this particular, they change the Python different location and so on. So many things Ansible and you can change everything. So now coming back to the points, I'm tired of providing this hyphen u hyphen k and all stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify my inventory as per my requirement, as per my current requirement. My requirement is for this username. What is that username? Ansible username is root. No sudo, you don't have to become. So where is the password? SSS password, here it is. So, and I was waiting for this moment so I can stop typing a password. Rajesh123. So for these two machines, you can pass the password. Only these are the things required for me, for myself. Understood all of you? Hello?
Yes.
So let me do that, save it. Save it. And this time no this, no hyphen k, no hyphen u. It got reduced now. Enter. See, it worked. Taken the password from there. So guys, this is the way you can do that. But you know what, guys, this is also not a good approach, because if I see that here, you know, this, if I see that here, actually I'm repeating, don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. What to do? There is a way. There is a way. This one. And do you understand that? Do let me know. That means if you think there's some repeat, so don't repeat. Optimize your code. There is a way, group, this is called group vars, okay? This is called group vars. So instead of, this is called host vars, okay? Host variables, behavioral parameter. This is the group variables applied for the both machines. Are you understanding this pattern?
Mm-hmm.
So let me try. Save it. See, it worked. Done. So here, what I was trying to tell you, behavioral parameter, I talked about it. But embedding your own custom variable, this was not a custom variable. This was given by Ansible. But what about custom variable? So yes, where is my name, by the way? So my name is Raju in inventory. Okay, and this my name Raju inventory. I am going to debug module. Where is my module? I think here it is. So remember that many places my name I have used it. I want to see that if inventory I want to see that if inventory variables is having highest precedence compared to the variables in the playbook. That's my curiosity. Okay, so let me see that. So I'm I'm going to add this guy in the inventory and save it and run it. And I want to see that what is coming. And if I go up and see, so what do you think? What is the having highest precedence? Variables in the inventory or variables in the playbook?
Playbook.
Playbook. So you have to find out that also one by one and understand it. By the way, I'll just want to print it at any cost. So what I'm going to do is I'll tell you the tricks. VI inventory and my name one and finally save it bi var one.yaml and here my name variable name is my name one and save it. It's unique variable, so there's no duplicacy. And now let's see if the inventory variables in the inventory is being read or not. And you see here read. Okay, so this is the your own variables you can also feed inside the inventory. So that was the second thing. Now this is something very unique actually, and you need to understand this one very carefully. Okay, so what is this? So guys, group you understand, correct? All of you.
Mm-hmm.
And host also you understand. So this is
Right.
the host and this is a group. It's simple, nothing to complicate.
Mm-hmm.
Now next question, what is a group vars? So group vars basically a variable and value for the group. Simple. When someone say, hey, Ansible group vars, that means variables and values for the group. If someone say host vars, then variable for the host. So then you'll say, Rajesh, you talked about it, no? Here is the group vars and here you have a host vars. You talked about it. But you know what? The bad part of it is we don't practice the variables in the inventory. I mean, as part of the best practices, yes, you can do that, but we don't keep the variables in the inventory. Just like I said in the playbook, we don't keep the variables, we keep it in the external files. So similar way, in the inventory also, we don't keep it. Then you'll say, what, where are we going to keep it, those variables and value? And that is where I am going to create a directory. Yes, please focus on it. This is important. This is a production ready one. I am going to create a directory. So what directory I'm talking about? So there's one directory which I'm creating is called group underscore vars. And one more directory which I'm going to create is host underscore vars. Yes. So then you will say, Rajesh, is it where we are going to specify this directory? Nowhere. Ansible understand that. The moment you find out this directory structure in the inventory locations, here the inventory, all the variables automatically will be filled from here. Ansible's default behavior. Then next questions you'll ask me, okay, but the question is how can we put the variables in this directory, and how can you put the variables in this directory? Answer is very simple. Tell me what is your group name?
Web.
Tell me what is your group name?
Web.
Web. So nothing great about it. vi group bars web, and whatever the variables you want to keep it, and this should be key and value YAML format actually. Enter. This should be in the key and value format. Okay. My name 1, and let's change this something group. That's all. You keep adding more variables just like that, and this is your variables file for the group. Understood, all of you? Name has to match. Name has to match, so Ansible can detect it. Are you understanding?
So that is under a separate folder.
Yeah, it's a separate folder, but the same location where the inventories are located. Inventory file is located. Are you understanding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now next question is, where is the host bar? Nothing. What is the host name? You tell me here. Host name is 17. So see that host bar file name. File name has to match, must match with the name of host name. Enter. My name, my name 1 colon Raj in host bar. Save it. Tree. Look at this. Did you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way actually you will manage the variables in the large infrastructure. In a production, this is the real way. So all the variables you keep it in this group bars. You'll keep creating a variables file, group of files, and host files and things like that. Now we'll say, Rajesh, you specify my name 1 in this one also, here also, here also. Which one will have highest precedence? I don't know. You need to find out this. Okay. But right now I'm running this command. Clear the screen. Here, my name 1. I just want to see that. So tell me, which is having highest precedence?
Group bars.
Yeah. So that is the way you have to declare. So this is what I was talking about. In inventory, you can use the variable parameter. You can embed the inventory also, but the best practice is use the group bars and host bars directory structure and manage the variables in the inventory. Now, most important line which I'm going to make it, and that is, see, variables in the playbook is managed by developer of the playbook. Variables in the inventory is managed by administrator of those who are applying the inventory. I mean, playbook. Okay. So sometimes the roles may be same, sometimes roles may be differ, and so on. Make sense, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the URL which I have shared with you, which has all the examples and all here, all the examples and demo and example programs also I showed you, and so on. So now we'll have a next topic, which is second one. No, not this one. The next topic is so variables is done. Now I'm going to talk about the templates. handlers and roles in next session, means after the break. Any questions so far you have?
Yep.
Okay. So I think Ujair, Nashir, you are not talking. I'm not sure where. I mean, are you in the session or out? Because only Danish is talking.
I am. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
involved in it.
I'm here.
Ask the questions. It'll be easy for you and for me also.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure,
so let's have only 5 minutes of break. Okay, and once you grab your tea, coffee, restroom, and personal calls, come back, join this same meeting ID in 5 minutes, and we'll resume these 3 topics. Okay.
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 Yeah. See you guys.